Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And not much has changed throughout the day today. We woke up this morning with about an inch or two of snow in the Wenatchee area, maybe 2 to 3 inches around the airport and parts of East Wenatchee. Still, as we look down at our Sky-Fi tower camera over the town of Cashmere, flurries throughout the afternoon today. Not much of an accumulation from that snow. It's so cold out there. It's very light snow. But speaking of cold, we are going to see some very cold wind chills overnight tonight and into Tuesday morning. 7 degrees here in Wenatchee as well as Ellensburg. 12 below zero up in the Methow River Valley around Twisp. 7 below wind chill for Omak. The cold spot way up in Republic at 17 below. That's where you're seeing the whites and grays and some of those deep purples. Very, very cold weather. And folks, I hate to tell you, but it's here to stay for a few days. We also have another storm system headed our way, and we'll talk more about that coming up in your weather forecast a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Weather-related power outages were reported in parts of Douglas County this morning, affecting more than 300 people. The Chelan-Douglas Land Trust has purchased its first piece of land in Douglas County. We'll show you where. And getting around Seattle via State Route 99 changes with the new SR 99 tunnel, which opened this morning. But first, we begin tonight. Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones has joined a handful of other law enforcement officials in saying he will not enforce Washington's new gun laws. County sheriffs in Benton, Klickitat, Stevens, and Pacific counties, as well as the police chief in Republic, have also said they will not enforce I-1639, approved by state voters in November. Jones said a popular vote cannot overrule constitutional rights.
My reasoning is I've always thought that there was a constitutional issue with this measure, and so until the constitutional validity is worked out in court, I have taken the stance not to enforce this initiative. I'm reaching out to our legislature, our legislators, and just making them aware of my stance on this. I'm sure they've all seen it by now, but and I know that I had a public hearing in our commissioner's office just a few minutes ago, and have the support on my stance from at least one of my county commissioners, and the other two were not present.
Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett, Douglas County Sheriff Kevin Morris, and Okanagan County Sheriff Anthony Hawley, while questioning the constitutionality of I-1639, stopped short last week of saying they would not enforce it. I-1639 requires background checks for purchases of semi-automatic rifles, raises the legal age to purchase one from 18 to 21, and imposes strict rules for storage of guns. Well, weather-related power outages were reported in parts of Douglas County this morning. Douglas County PUD reported that 250 customers on the Waterville Plateau were without power this morning. The outage occurred at around 5 a.m. A second outage of about 60 customers in the McNeil Canyon area was reported about 7 a.m. Link Transit routes 1, 25, and 26 were using snow routes all day, and some buses were running late. Mansfield School District was closed today because of the snowy and cold weather conditions. The Chelan-Douglas Land Trust has purchased its first piece of land in Douglas County. The Land Trust recently purchased Spiva Butte Nature Preserve, a remote piece of property that's home to critical wildlife habitat to several sensitive species of plants, wildlife, and birds. The 1,396 acres of land is in rural North Douglas County, which is also home to a large sage grouse population and important wetlands. There is no public access to the nature preserve at this time, but public visitation will be available in the near future. Funding for the land purchase was made possible by the Icicle Fund, private donors, and the Chelan-Douglas Land Trust. Getting around Seattle via State Route 99 changes with the new State Route 99 tunnel. That means new choices for drivers. The following video shows what it's like to drive north into Seattle through the new tunnel.
Getting around Seattle after the new SR 99 tunnel opens is all about making new choices. The tunnel's exits and entrances are different than the ones in the viaduct. Think of the access points as moving north to Seattle Center and south to the sports stadiums to create a 2-mile-long tunnel underneath downtown. This video shows you what it's like to drive north once the new tunnel opens. 99 northbound heading to downtown stays the same until this new exit near the sports stadiums. The new exit opens a week or so later than the new tunnel. Here you can choose bear left to stay on 99 through the new tunnel or turn right to get to downtown and Alaskan Way. This downtown exit takes you to a new intersection at South Dearborn Street near the tunnel ventilation stacks. Here, buses and cars can turn right to get to downtown streets or go straight to use temporary Alaskan Way along the waterfront. Your destination will drive your choice. If you've chosen to drive through the tunnel, your next decision point comes at the tunnel's north end, near the Space Needle. You can stay on 99 to head to parts north, or take the new Mercer Street exit in South Lake Union. Here, your choices are turn left to get to Mercer Street and Interstate 5, turn right on Dexter toward downtown, or go straight for South Lake Union destinations.
The new SR 99 tunnel fully opened for traffic this morning, just in time for Seattle's messy, snowy commute. Well, coming up next, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce has announced finalists for its 2018 Business of the Year and Nonprofit of the Year awards. The Boy Scouts of America is no longer a boys-only organization, and a new first-of-its-kind attraction is coming to Slide Waters at Lake Chelan this summer. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Mary Maids.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Welcome back. In another news, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce has announced finalists for its 2018 Business of the Year and Nonprofit of the Year awards. The winners of the annual awards will be announced at the Chamber's banquet on March 21st. Business of the Year finalists are Salcedo Connection, Cashmere Valley Bank, and 501 Consultants. For Nonprofit of the Year, the finalists are the Washington State Tree Fruit Research Commission, the Chelan-Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services, and the Music Theater of Wenatchee. Well, the Boy Scouts of America is no longer a boys-only organization. As of last Friday, girls are now allowed to join the club too. Girls between the ages of 11 and 17 can now join troops, which will be all female but connected to the traditional all-male troops. These linked troops might participate in the same activities and hold shared meetings. However, it will be up to each individual troop if they want to be associated or not. The Boy Scouts of America have taken the action to create more inclusive organization in 2013. The group permitted gay scouts and abolished the policy banning gay scout leaders 2 years later. They also began accepting transgender youth in 2017. Well, a new first-of-its-kind attraction is coming to Slide Waters at Lake Chelan this summer. Officials recently announced that the popular theme park will also include the largest deep water stationary surf wave in the world. The 16-meter wave machine is built by a German company, and Slide Waters is their first to be located in North America. The new lakeside surf ride is part of a $5 million park expansion, which is being built in phases to include retail shops, beach volleyball, and pickleball courts. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's Royalty Selection Pageant is this Saturday. All this week on the NCWLIFE channel, we're featuring 2 candidates per night. NCWLIFE's Eric Granstrom tells us about our first 2.
Our first candidate is Lorena Zepeda. She's the daughter of Martha Fuertes and David Zepeda.
I am an Eastmont student. I have attended Eastmont most of my life. I grew up here in Wenatchee. I was born here, however, I have not lived here my entire life. And I consider myself a runner. I run cross country and track and field, and I have been doing it for my past 4 years.
So what has running, let's say you're cross country and track, right? Mm-hmm. So what has that taught you?
Running, not only has it taught me to persevere through the toughest times, but it has also contributed to the person that I am today, because I became stronger and I can last longer.
So you say you want to go into aeronautical engineering. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with that?
Airplanes fascinate me. I want to study more. I want to see what airplanes are like, how they fly. I would like to either design them or like something with their engines, or I don't know. I'm really into engineering.
Okay. Any interest in being a pilot, or just the design part and you stay on the ground?
The design part. I'm not going to be a pilot.
Next up, candidate Bailey White, the daughter of Will and Christy White.
I'm a senior at Wenatchee High School. I am co-editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, the Apple Leaf. I'm involved in DECA, and I'm an ASB coordinator, so I stay pretty busy, but I also like to spend a lot of time with my family. We hike and play games and stuff like that.
Okay. What has being the co-editor of the newspaper taught you?
Oh man, so much. I have been a part of the newspaper for 3 years. This is my first year being editor-in-chief. I was also an editor last year. I think the biggest thing it's taught me is that it is always important to value the people that you work with. So I had someone once tell me that you always need to keep in the back of your mind people over publication. And when you love people well and they know that you care about them, that they are going to produce the best work for you, and then ultimately the newspaper will be better for it.
You say that you want to go into marketing and
do.
social or political science.
Yes.
So are you going to be a politician? What are you going to do with that?
My dream is to be a campaign manager. I think that's a really cool way. You get to market people, right? So I have always had a passion for marketing, but I think for me it was a little bit difficult because I really want to believe in my product, and I think hopefully the thing that I will believe in most would be my candidate and what they can do for our country or for the world.
We'll meet more of our top 10 tomorrow as our week continues, getting ready for the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant live Saturday night at 6:30 on the NCWLIFE channel.
Time now for a check of our North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to those details, let's take a look once again outside our weather window. And this was our situation this afternoon. It was a snowy one, and it kept snowing, the light flurries throughout the day. Those snow flurries should taper off throughout our evening hours and then just be cold for the next couple of days. And speaking of cold, we didn't get very warm today. We started off on the cold side at around 17 degrees, and we only got to 20 degrees for our high temperature this afternoon. Look at that. That's 19 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Our low was 10 degrees below where we should be. Our record high for the second day in a row last year, 58 degrees. Yesterday it was 59, our record high just a year ago. 1989, our record low at 2 below. We have picked up 3/100ths of an inch of precipitation from this very cold, light snowfall, and that takes our yearly total now to 0.86 inches. Sunrise this morning at 7:23, and the sun set this afternoon at 5:07. Let's put that surface loop in motion now and show you what we can expect throughout our week and into the weekend. Tonight at 10 o'clock, mostly cloudy skies. Here's that storm as it continues to move into the Intermountain West. We will see a northwest wind tonight, 5 to 15 miles an hour, and we're going to see wind chills around 7 degrees overnight tonight. For Tuesday, let's go ahead to about 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Not much happening. A large area of high pressure circulating clockwise in the Pacific, and that's dragging some of that colder air into north central Washington, and we're not going to warm up all that much. What we got today is pretty much what we're going to see over the next couple of days, except sunshine. We'll see that tomorrow and on Wednesday. Temperatures will stay chilly by Thursday, increasing clouds. Still on the cold side, but we'll begin to see some snow and the next storm system begin to move in, and that will really be in effect as we get ahead into the end of the work week on Friday. This is at 1 o'clock, a 50% chance of snow throughout Washington State and over into the panhandle of Idaho and parts of northwestern Montana. There's that area of high pressure still providing that cold flow of air into Washington State, so don't expect a big warm-up anytime soon. Saturday, a mostly cloudy day as we kick off our weekend. About a 20 to 30% chance that we may see some of these stray showers as this system continues to move through. It's actually centered over southeastern Oregon, and then by Sunday, an area of low pressure begins to set up, but that's good for us. That could bring up some warmer air by the time we get into the first part of next week, but for Sunday, still on the chilly side. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to a very cold 15 degrees, 28 your high temperature under sunshine for Tuesday, 13 our overnight low, and we're going to stay on the chilly side with a 50% chance of snow by Friday. Mostly cloudy, 29 degrees our high, and jumping all the way ahead to Sunday, mostly cloudy, still chilly with a high then of 28. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm working today.
I have got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. The New England Patriots are once again Super Bowl champs after a 13-3 win over the LA Rams in Super Bowl 53 yesterday in Atlanta. It'll go down as the lowest scoring Super Bowl in history, just 16 points combined. New England led 3-0 at the half. It was 3-3 at the end of the third. The only touchdown, Sony Michel 2-yard run with just over 7 minutes left to play. Julian Edelman, the game's MVP, 10 catches for 141 yards. Rams offense could only muster 260 total yards as Bill Belichick dialed up a great defensive performance. Patriots sacked Jared Goff 4 times, picked him off once. In fact, that was the only deep drive the Rams had into New England territory. This is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's 6th Super Bowl win together with the Patriots. Of course, nearly as much is made of the Super Bowl commercials as the game itself. USA Today did an overnight poll of its readers, and the top 5 commercials, according to their readers: number 5, The Coach Who Wouldn't Be Here by Verizon. Number 4, The Elevator by Hyundai. Number 3, We All Win by Microsoft. Number 2, Not Everything Makes the Cut by Amazon Alexa. And the number 1 commercial, according to the voters at USA Today, The 100-Year Game by the NFL.
Welcome to the 100th season of the National Football League. Tonight is not about the league. What's up, Juju? It's about football. It's about the players, the fans, the moments, and everything else that makes you say, oh boy. Fumble! Oh! Oh! Come on! 1, 2, let's go! Joe! No can do, cowboy. Here we go, here we go, here we go now! Come on, TG. Damn, B. Y'all know I have more yards than they do. You still got it. That hurt. Boy, this is a great party. Get out there, old man. Full beast. Hey, come on now. He's open. Russ.
First down.
I got you, Tom. That's a cake. Can I have a ball, please?
You want this? Yeah. Come and get it.
Not bad. We'll get a glimpse of the rest of the top 5 commercials during Super Bowl 53 tomorrow morning right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It was not such a super weekend for the Wenatchee Wild, dropping a game on the road in Penticton Friday, then another at home on Saturday to Vernon. On Friday at the Okanagan Event Center, Penticton broke a 2-2 tie with Ryan Sandler's 25th goal of the season. That was deep in the third period. V's added another on an empty netter. That made it 4-2. The final chance is Zaki Matt Goshevsky scoring the goals for Wenatchee. Then on Saturday, the Wild, hoping the friendly combines at the Town Toyota Center make the difference along with Guns and Hoses night, but not to be. Vernon outscored Wenatchee 2-0 in a shootout to win 2-1. Wenatchee got on the board late in the first. The Vipers countered shortly into the second. The game would remain knotted at 1-1 through the third and overtime into the shootout. Wenatchee's 4th in their past 9 games. Art Checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Barger on the right wing. Ahead for Grabel. Grabel in his shot. He scores!
scores! Trevor Grabel. What a shot. And off the outside of the glove side post. Still has it. Centers in front, shot and a score. Connor Merritt had Grabel on him. He was trying to tie him up, but the feed came out of the left corner. And that will technically be a shorthanded goal. Shoveled up on the near side, and Stratton is going to press it up against the corner there and settle for the overtime hockey. And off the draw, cleanly won nicely by Fletcher as he gets it into the corner, presses it there, and we're going to run out of time. The horn sounds. So for the fourth time this year, the Wenatchee Wild will have a game decided by a shootout. The Vipers will send out Connor Merritt. It's his first shootout attempt. He's a left-hander, carves way over wide to his right. He's in, he shoots, and he scores. Murphy Stratton will be called on to try to even things up. Stratton, the right-hander from the near side. He cuts way over to the right. He's in, he waits, he dangles, backhander is turned aside. As Kowalski will come in. If he scores, it's over. He's a right-handed shot. Cuts way wide to the near side. Dangles across, shoots, and he scores. Sandquist kind of stuttered, and his stick got tangled up. I think he thought about poke checking and was unable to pull it off, and Kowalski buries it. And it's a 2-1 shootout victory for the Vipers.
Wenatchee will travel to Cowichan Valley Friday and then Victoria Saturday in BCHL action as the season winds down. Well, congratulations to the Eastmont girls bowling team on yet another state championship. The Eastmont won its third consecutive state title Saturday, outpacing Pasco and Wenatchee with 7,477 pins. Incredibly, state championship trophy returns to the Wenatchee Valley for the fourth straight year. Individually, we had 4 bowlers placed in the top 10. Eastmont's Alicia Hastings 4th, Sky Wilson 7th, Wenatchee's Emily Groth was 9th, Hannah Johnson 10th. Congratulations to the ladies. Going back to Friday on the Les Schwab Prep girls basketball scoreboard, first of all, it was Wenatchee winning its first game of the year behind 4 impressive quarters of good basketball. 55-38 the final over Ike. Eastmont traveled to Davis, picked up a big win. Omak finished the Caribou Trail League season with a win over Chelan. Brewster beat Manson and Waterville Mansfield top Bridgeport. On the Les Schwab Prep boys scoreboard from Friday, it was Wenatchee also getting a win. No trouble stopping Ike 67-46. Davis avenged an earlier loss to Eastmont, winning it 84-73. Omak beat Chelan. It was Brewster downing Manson, and Bridgeport edged Waterville Mansfield by 8. Turning to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard on Saturday, first of all, on the girls' side, it was Oroville topping Manson by 1. Lake Roosevelt edged Waterville Mansfield by 2. And then in boys basketball on Saturday, same teams played. Oroville beat Manson, and Lake Roosevelt finished up the sweep of Waterville Mansfield. 8 wrestlers from Eastmont and Wenatchee will be headed to the regionals after qualifying at the district tournament in Eisenhower over the weekend. There you see him: Adrian Vivanco, Cesar Sidio, Landon McClune, Jordan Velasquez, and Jason Briley. Also Orlando Rodriguez, Lucas Carranza, and Max Prazer. Also on the girls' side of the ledger, we have 3 girls going to the state tournament: Kelsey Ibarra and Isabella Andrini of Wenatchee and Joanna Bowman of Eastmont. Here's what's coming up quickly on the NCWLIFE schedule for this week. It'll start tomorrow night. Eastmont hosting Sunnyside in girls and boys basketball. 5:30 with a pregame, 5:45 with a tip. That's a look at sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with guest host Eric Granstrom. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station.